Thank you. Frame 12. Neil Robertson to break.
Robertson in a commanding position. Unless Allen wins one of the two remaining frames before the mid-session interval, there will be no interval because Robertson will have won. As good a long potter as Robertson is, he can't pot all those. A very helpful flick. And Roberts and Allen rather can do with any help he receives.
I was going to say it was lucky, but I don't think he's had a great deal of that in this match. I think the scoreline isn't unfair, but as is usually the case, the player playing the best gets the odd nudge here or there, so that becomes very handy. And again, difficult to hit this one. He's got a big bunch of reds, but he doesn't want to just go into them any old how. He'd like to lower on that red that's down to the left of the black. Amazing, isn't it? These are terrific players, but they're struggling from snookers a lot. They're not getting past the blue spot half the time.
Just can't afford to miss those, and particularly when you're so far behind.
One. Yeah, sure. Eight. 9.
Earlier this week in the quarterfinals, Robertson raised his game when his 4-1 lead over Yan Bingtao was reduced to 4-3. He stepped on the gas and won without further loss. He did so again in yesterday's semi-finals against Joe Perry, which stood at 4-all.
16.
41-6-4.
17.
But in this final, from 1-all, he opened a 3-frame lead, and since then has always been at least 2 in front. Robertson has outpointed Allen 762 to 415. But the key statistic, as ever, is the frame score. 8-3, and on the face of it, about to become 9-3.
32. 33.
It remains to be seen what will happen when Robertson has to open the bunch.
But
he's already in with 40. And he played that pack opener in the knowledge that he was almost certain to have a shot at the blue, if at nothing else. Just nudged the red in the bunch sufficiently to leave himself an easy continuation.
Well, that is the split, and it's worked out quite nicely.
54.
It's Robertson's 6th break over 50. Including his 114 in the 4th frame.
Neil Robertson, 54.
Well, red to middle eludes him, so everything not lost for Allen in this frame.
Awkward cueing, it's a very good shot.
8. 9. 16. 17. 24. 25. Sure.
Still a couple of obvious difficulties as regards clearing up in 1, but at least this contribution is getting him back in the frame.
Mark Allen, 25.
Another basic ball eludes him though.
Well, the balls have gone a little bit awkward now. 24-point deficit that Mark Allen has is a bit of a concern, where you've got 4 or 5 safe balls on the table. It means it's difficult to clear up in more than 2 or 3 visits. So it is a handy lead.
Black safe, pink safe. All reds safe. But they won't be safe forever. I'm sure Alan is trying as hard as he can, but there have been 1 or 2 hints that he is demoralised.
I see what you're saying. I think a couple of balls that he's missed suggest that. Not to say he couldn't be picked up by a little frame winning performance. We know he's in general playing well. It was a long, hard route to get here, because this time a week ago he'd probably just won the Bulgarian Open, which was the last chance saloon for anyone hoping to play in this event. This tournament goes down as an invitational event, but you kind of invite yourself into it, don't you, by winning important tournaments along the way.
Meanwhile, Robertson has left him at maximum distance. And from shorter distance, Robertson has a pot on. Might have been hoping to develop the red away from the middle of the ball cushion as well.
Foul. Neil Robertson 1, Mark Allen 6.
It was a bit late for Neil Robertson to stop himself playing that shot, and I guess he probably would have preferred not to have played it. The foul was called a split second before he hit the ball. It was a shirt foul, shirt cuff or something. But I don't think if he'd have got up from the shot, he would have left anything.
Yes, a cuff foul. Vigilant refereeing by Paul Collier.
Doesn't happen all that often, that. You do occasionally get, usually clothing or something that just hangs down, that makes a player foul a ball.
Mark Allen 1.
Well, one shot choice could have been make sure of the colour for the extra points and then play a safety. What he chose to do was to try to lay a snooker.
That's not good. This is a shot that he can reach. I don't know what he'll play here. I don't know whether he can move the other red or how he's going to get the red down the table. Well, that's the answer. He did try and move the red. It's opened things up. It really is a chance to win the frame. I don't think he's got much angle on the green, but oh yes, that's a beautiful little shot. Creeping behind the red and in front of the pink there. Very nice.
4.
Now, he said he looked a bit down in the dumps earlier on, as if he'd shoulders had dropped a bit, but he needs to knock these in and win the frame, and this match is clearly not over if he can do that.
5.
Got to start somewhere on this comeback if he's going to make it at all.
Eight.
This is where it's awkward because he's a left-hander, but he uses the rest right-handed, so it's quite an awkward shot for him across there. But he made it look okay.
13.
Good thing is, and he's up to the pink. The pink's awkward, but he wouldn't have to get from pink to black. It's pink only. Once again, that is not bad. The angle he has takes him right down the centre of the table, right down the spots, up and down, and if he plays it well, he'll be on the pink.
perfect. It drops at the last. Mistakes on both sides in that frame, including a cup foul from Robertson, but Allen has eventually won it, even though Robertson still leads by 8 frames to 4.